There we go. Are we live? I think we're live. Yeah, audio coming through okay? Levels at the bottom. Showing them up? Yep, awesome. Anybody in the room yet? Oh, people. Fantastic. Then, hello everybody. Out of breath. Just really tried to find the speed driver before we started. Completely forgot about it. So, we'll be doing a full review of Metroplex tomorrow, hopefully. I still don't have his shoulder cannons. UPS were meant to deliver those today, but they haven't. They were shipped separately because this all came via UPS. They took them out because they're handgun size, so they were shipped separately. But they're gonna build it on camera, let you know what I think, see how stable he is. I've heard good things from some of my friends in China, but we will see. I have had warnings. Lewin contacted me, said to advise people that it is very heavy, and if you're going to balance it precariously, don't let children go anywhere near it. That's the same principle, I guess, when it comes to things like TVs. Just use your common sense. So we've got an entire tray filled with cannons and some guards. There we go. Right. I have my eldest, Sammy, here. So if you do comment, he can read the comments out to me. If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them as we go. Obviously, if you can't hear me, if there's any problems with the audio as well, please let us know, because we have no headphones. Oh my gosh, this thing is so heavy. God. This is box one. This is the torso. Jeez, this is going to be massive. All right. Oh. Right. Right, straight out of the box, I've been advised that the waist section is meant to be rotated around. So how do we rotate this? Oh. First impressions. This thing is solid as a rock. This is ridiculous. Look at that. That is a lump. Slightly thinner plastic on the top around the neck piece. Not thin plastic. It feels very much like a Nerf gun. That sort of consistency. And the rest, this whole piece here, extremely solid. Right, is there anything else in box one? Right, that's it for box one. I'll come back to the cannons and we can rebuild it. Let's put the torso down. I'm too old for this. Right, box three we'll do next. It's the biggest. This was actually left out on the runway. It got misdirected. I had a notification come through. It was meant to be in Calgary, which is 3 hours drive from us. And it was sent to Australia from Calgary. So that was fun. And it arrived kind of water damaged on the side. So doing this also is kind of an evidential video. So if there's anything damaged in there, we know that UPS are to blame. So, right. What have we got? We've got something in top. We've got some bolts and an Allen wrench. Those will be for the legs. There we go. And then you can reuse the box as a small home for when your wife chooses to divorce you because you bought a human-sized transformer. These are the legs. My. I guess you guys can see that. What's coming up in the comment section, Sam? Anything? Oh. Yeah, housing options. I'm 5'8". My son, you in shot? Yep. You have to come around here, Sam. He's about 6'1" ish. So, yeah. When they said this was divorce class, oh my gosh, you see them on the videos, and people say, "Oh, just be careful because it is really heavy." I mean, it is. This is. In total, it is 42 kilos, I think, when it's got the cannons on. Hence the reason they say, be careful around kids. I don't know, probably could be maybe 5 kilos, maybe 7. It's hard to tell, really, but it's, again, extremely solid.
For the Canadians, in pounds, it's 2.2 pounds per kilo. So what's that? 12 pounds per leg?
12 pounds per leg, maybe.
12, 13
a small infant, maybe.
A bit heavier than a child.
Yeah. Look at the size of and I do have a large head. Right. Is there anything else in here other than those? I think that is it for box 2. If you can pull that out.
Pull that as a heavy box.
There's a heavy box, right? Hopefully, says that still in shot, isn't it? That's fine. It's fine. Oh. Right. Let's get into this box. Now, I would assume that this is the box that the guns are meant to come in as well. They are all meant to be in one. There's meant to be 4 boxes in total. One of those obviously being the head, which was the first thing that arrived. Now, they have said if this does well, then they will be looking at doing other Titans, but it is kind of dependent on how well this does. But I have nothing invested in it, so we will just tell you how it is. And these are the arms. Oh, these look nice. Look at these. Tell you what, everything is incredibly well packaged. It's not like we got with their Prime. Their Prime was in that kind of foam thing, and it was meant to be. They threw it off a building, didn't they, off the balcony, and showed that it was robust. And again, good solid hands. Not the kind of Nerf gun plastic on the hands. These feel more like almost like the Hasbro Titans, but more robust, I guess. And the thickness, plastic quality on the arms, I'd say is easily comparable to something we would get from. It's difficult to say because we don't actually have anything this kind of thick, but I'd go with something like MMC, something like that. But again, the consistency is just insane. I mean, that is gorgeous. I know, is it Leak Customs, LEK? I know he's just got one of these and he's going to do kind of a cell shaded look to it. But, God, golly. Oh, this is a job and a half. Obviously, the cannons will mount on the arms along with the gauntlets. And we get the chest section.
I've got a question here.
Oh.
How do you convince your wife not to leave you after bringing this into the house?
as you may know, I am a toy fosterer. So,
You can clearly tell.
I, unlike children, I can sell these, so I can sell other ones, and I've got the space for it. We sold a lot of things before we came out here. The idea was that if I could purchase it again in the future, I would sell it. This wasn't on the cards, but I don't very often make big purchases like this. We did have the HasLab Unicron, but it took so long to arrive that by the time it came, I'd kind of lost that passion for it. Whereas a lot of the members of the Edmonton Transformers group, they like the kind of new age legends. And I've kind of really got into those. And having a Metroplex this big, I think it's going to look absolutely superb with the legends, having that displayed in the middle. And thankfully, my wife is tolerant of of my hobby. How to convince her? I don't know. I don't know. Say she's having a holiday at the end of the year. She can go to Mexico. So there we go. We'll go with that. Bribe them with holidays and something they may, or make it about the family. Get your other half into collecting. Get them something as well, and see if you can share the passion. Right. Is there anything else in here other than the arms? No, there was just the big, huge slots at the base here for the guns. The guns, by the looks of things, are almost the same size as these arms. So you're going to get extra height there. But like I said, they have been shipped separately. Unfortunately, I wanted to wait to get everything done in one, but UPS are being UPS. And it's actually in our kind of local town now, and they still haven't delivered it. So it is what it is.
So put that box down on the right, someone's going to block the camera.
Right, okay. Thank you. Right.
Why did you move to Canada? What brought you out here, and do you like it?
Yes, I like it. We moved out here in 2015 originally, and 2016 I broke my back. We went back to England. Always wanted to move to Canada. I don't know, I had like a fascination with it when I was a kid. We came out on here on a few holidays, didn't we? And yeah, we kind of fell in love with the place. I like England. Well, that's a lie. I like the people in England. I like the fandom. It's a fantastic group. But the country was, I just didn't like it. The people weren't enough to kind of keep me there. We come out here. I was skeptical because we moved to Edmonton and we didn't really have any friends in Alberta. But we had some family out here, and yeah, I've kind of befriended some people in the Edmonton groups and some of the action figure groups, and it's great. I don't think it matters where you go in the world. The kind of Transformers community is superb. They're a great bunch and very welcoming. And yeah, we just kind of wanted to make a go of things out here, and I think we're all kind of happy. And I have this space. We don't have space in England. Everything's shoved into a small space, and even if you have like a 3-bedroom house, there is no room for this. They have like basements, or you get places with lofts and attics, and it's fantastic. What's not to like, apart from like the -50 and the beard freeze? But shall I put the batteries in now, or should we do the batteries in a review? Batteries are very easy to install. Literally just pull them apart, place the battery in. I don't think I've got any open, but with the pre-orders, I think most places have closed on the pre-orders. You get the special edition metal collector's card, and basically has a magnet in the center. And each of the faceplates, I don't know how well you'll see this, but each of the faceplates, you put a battery in the back, and you basically tap.
See that fine?
Yeah, and then you can tap again, and it's kind of a pulse, and then tap again to turn off. It does that with all 3 faceplates. Each one takes a battery, and this is the battle damaged head. Let's get in close. Let's see how close we can get. There we go. Are we still in focus?
We're still kind of in focus.
Kind of in focus. There we go. That's the battle damage head. It's a really, really nice sculpt. But I'll cover these in more detail when we do the review. I think I'll keep that on there for now. Now it's just a matter of building everything. So let's.
I would say start with putting the torso on the legs.
Yeah, I will. I just need to take these back panels off. So there are no instructions. So right. So I don't know if you can see. We have sections on here where we screw the bolts through. They go through the leg section completely and then bolt in to the other side. So let's start with the legs. That's the back. This is so big. You need space. There is no doubt there. You need space, and I'm not sure that my space is going to be big enough. Right. Let's
take instructions like the ones from IKEA.
Yes. Yes. If somebody could do that, that would be amazing. Like big IKEA style instructions. That would be absolutely amazing.
Quickly show the bolts as well, because there's some heavy duty.
These are very robust bolts. Hang on. I imagine there's 2 lengths in here. These are better than the IKEA ones. These are big, chunky bolts.
New addition to the
Where did that go? Right. Let's try and line this up. They make it look so easy, don't they, when they... Right, there we go. That's in. And come on. In you go. You know, I kind of wish that they could ship these in one. I mean, I understand why they can't, but can you imagine the box this would arrive in? All right, come on. This is why I wanted my drill. All right. Is that going in? I have no idea. Let's have a look. All right, there we go. There we go, that's biting. One. And come on. I really could have done with you helping with this as well, Sam, but hang on. I saw the other guy in China doing it as a 2-person job. I was like, nah, I don't need anybody else. I might come back to that leg. I just can't get that bolt. I haven't got enough surface space, have I? So let's get that to sit square there. All right. Oh, them joints. There we go. There, that's bitten.
Are there rubber foot pads underneath the feet for friction? And do they have molded details?
There are molded details, and no, there are not rubber pads underneath. That's something I think we need, to be honest. Depends where you're going to... I'm going to have mine on this table, so I'm definitely going to have to put like a rubber topper or something on. But yeah, completely agree. Something like that is kind of needed on this. I can advise them. These are already made. They've got these made in like the tons now, I think. So it's probably too late for them to retrospectively include rubber. But yes, I completely agree. That's something, because I mean, this is a huge surface area for the feet. But I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's not going to. I don't know. There's a lot of friction there.
With the weight behind it as well.
There is rubber. Look, that's actually like a leather, almost like a faux leather, I guess. I'll shut up. Right. Oh my gosh. Oh. Right. There we go. 1, 2. You guys still see me okay over here?
Yeah, you're right in the middle shot.
Fantastic.
Make sure you don't scratch it with the scissors.
No. They really want to hear me huffing and puffing because I'm out of shape now. Right. Come on, in you go. Oh, silly Ben. Goes in there. There. There we go, right. Down the hole. And down the hole. Allen wrench. Sam, see the wrench? Where have I got it? Thank you. Once we get the legs in, we are cooking on gas, aren't we? Right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why the waist comes rotated. I wonder if it's something to do with the position when they're putting the screws in the factory. Yeah, they advised me. They said, "Oh, you need to turn the waist around so the screws go at the back," and I assume that helps with stability as well because the legs are the other way around. Right. Right.
Have you seen the Tiger Blades lab print of Metro?
Yes.
Over
Yes.
7 feet tall.
Yep. I know Kevin. He is fantastic, and his prints. I think they're based on Martin's, who runs Printformers. And yes,
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah. I do actually have. Where is he? I have him here somewhere. I don't know. Where did I put him? Had a toy shelf. I have the. Oh, see, he's down here. I've got the Printformers Fort Max, based on the Marvel comics, but I wanted to get a kind of scaled up Grand Max to go with the Master Force figures. I thought that would look insanely good, but this is officially the biggest mass-produced, I guess, factory-produced transforming toy. Because I know Lewin, is it Lewin that done? And this is Lewin, isn't it? Like Toys did the huge 3D printed kind of G1 style one. I may need your help here, Sam. I think if you could just help me stand him, because this is gonna be heavy. All right, so you grab the legs, and we will. Right.
Put him on the table or on the
I think I've
floor?
got his foot caught on the table. Right. Right, there we go. Right, I'm still here. Head on. Right. Whew. Right. So arms, I assume, are going to come in.
Knock this face panel loose.
Have I?
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Thank you. Right. Is this the right arm? Do they matter? Are they left? This is the left arm because of the thumb.
Yep.
Right. I don't know how much you can still see.
All in frame.
Right. So this needs to be bolted in. 1, 2. Come on, bite. Now, not convinced. This is probably one of the weaker joints. I mean, it's still ridiculously heavy duty, but it's held on by these bolts. And at the moment, unless it's not biting. Oh, there we go. That's bitten. We'll see how much flex we've got on that arm. But I think I worry that it's going to be off balance when I come away from it because we've only got one giant arm on there.
It should be fine with how big the legs are.
Oh, God. Right, those are in. He's doing a little bit of a side tilt, isn't he, because of the weight of the arms? But let's get number 2 in.
Would you say just one of the arms is about the same size as a normal combiner?
Oh, what can we see? Most of this is obscured now, isn't it?
We can see the combiners on the right. We can see.
You go as far as, okay. So let's move this round. So we've got, there we go. So yes, it's actually the arm is about Fort Max, Titan, comes up to about there on the arm. So that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I remember speaking with Lewin about this when we were in Hong Kong. We had a chat about what they wanted to do, and they wanted to make a giant transformer. And to be honest, I didn't think he could, not this size. Could you imagine if we'd have got a Unicron this size? I mean, it would have been shut down by Hasbro. Because they did say they tried to take down Zeta's Unicron, didn't they? That's why it went over to 01 Studios. But yeah, can you imagine if this does do okay, and then we get like a Triptychon done in this size as well? It'd be like Godzilla. Right. Okay. Right, is he top heavy? Is he gonna move? No, seems okay. He's a bit tilted, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah.
So let's.
Left leg needs to be adjusted slightly further out.
Trying to give him a bit of a spread. Oh my gosh.
Would you like me to support him a little bit?
I just don't want. Can I? Wait, so which leg needs to be tilted?
Which leg?
I don't know. This one needs to. Now you can see where they said that you need 2 people to.
Okay, I can support
Right.
him and you can adjust the foot.
This is the problem with. God, the joints are too tight. Right, I'm gonna have a play around with these joints, aren't I? Move the leg in. Push. Oh. Oh my gosh. Right. There. There we go. Woo. Right. Oh, everything's just. I don't know if it's too tight. I mean, I can imagine if we can get him in kind of a more dynamic pose, have kind of bent down on one knee. That's the sort of range I want to try and go for. I'll try and get that in the video, but everything's. Everything's kind of really, really robust. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, he's leaning forward at the moment, but I haven't got him posed. I can't imagine it's going to need to be supported. I mean, it's especially with the cannons. If you have the cannons on, having slightly tilted back, can't see them going anywhere. The joints are just so tight. But these will go on top. I may have to. Maybe I'll get them done on top, ready for the review, and then we can cover all of the smaller details. But are there any questions whilst we're here on the live you'd like me to answer about him? Any comparisons you'd like to see whilst we're here? Anything coming up?
Not just yet.
Whew. Oh, that's me. Where is Wing Blade? There she is. She's there. We can put her.
Is the thigh swivel good on it?
We'll find out. Now let's put Wingblade there. Right. Let's support him. Right. Yep. So you can get a kind of more natural stance, and we've got the waist. We can tilt the waist slightly as well. He says. Oh. There we go. I'll bring the leg forward, maybe. Turn that. Bring the arm back.
How sturdy does it feel?
I'd probably a 7 out of 10 at the moment, just because I'm not
good for the pure size of it. I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, everything's pegged in and firm. It's just because it's so big, it is hard to pose on your own. It's just crazy bulky. I mean, in hindsight, maybe I should have made it on the floor, and then I could have kind of dived around it a bit. But you've got so much play in the joints. I mean, I can push him. I don't know how much I can push him, but I definitely understand what they're saying when they said try not to have him in a really kind of dynamic pose if you've got kids running around, because I'm struggling with it, and I'm a grown-ass man. So
I'd say it's the same as anything its size. Just be relatively careful because you don't want it falling.
Yeah, it's exactly it. You don't want it.
It's got enough weight that if it tips, it will probably fall. But it's also got such big legs.
Yeah,
it shouldn't fall unless it's
pushed. Yeah, I mean, if you run into it, it's going to be the worse off. That is going to fall. But at the same time, I reckon I could easily have things holding off it, swinging off it, transformers on it. I mean, there's not going to be any issues there at all. Oh, geez, he looks good, doesn't he? He really looks good.
How much does this thing weigh again in kilos and pounds?
It's about 43 kilos, I believe,
so
with the gun.
It's about 94, 90 something pounds.
90. Yeah, it's about 90 pounds, I think, and it's about, I think we said about 4 foot tall, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
3 foot.
120 centimeters. This is. I wonder if I can get to. Let's see if we can bring in. We've got fans, toys, and then we can bring in. I mean, it is definitely no less sturdy than any other Hasbro leaders. These are just wobbly messes, aren't they? But that's like dad and son, isn't it? You know what? That's not a bad scale. I know. I always thought Metroplex was bigger than Fort Max because Fortress Maximus was kind of a ship fortress, and Metroplex was a city. So that actually doesn't look horrific.
Can a Studio Series Optimus Prime or Commander Class Rodimus Prime fit standing in the right pectoral bay?
What do I have that's that size? I have an oversized Legend class. Yeah, the movies are going to be too big. Trying to think what we've got that's kind of. Are they kind of Voyager scale, like the old Voyager scale? I'll tell you what I do have. I have animated hot rod, so we can see how he would fit. How do I get in here? Oh God. I really need some instructions. I assume it pulls out. Am I meant to push from the other side? Is there a release button? I have so many questions. How do I get in? I don't know. No, probably not. It's a legend class would easily. Sorry, reaching across the camera. There we go. Have I got a legend figure here? Yes, we've got the legend class Megatron, for example. I mean, we could bring Metro's hand back down, arch it up at the wrist, give him a little tilt so it's nice and sturdy. And then we can just kind of put a legend class figure in there. I mean, the idea is I should be getting more Legends figures, getting the likes of Computron. Can you imagine how good these would look? Kind of a Legend combiner about here. I think that would look incredibly good. But unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to get into the chest. I really have to have a proper play around.
By the time the video comes out, we should have.
I should have figured that out. But I will find out. I'll find out how big the Prime and the Hot Rod are, and I'll see if I can find a figure about that same sort of size. I don't really have any of the Studio Series stuff anymore. I just kind of stepped away from it. But I'll find something about that sort of size, and we'll try that in the video when we get him like transformed up. When I get him kind of height that I can manage. I just don't know. It doesn't appear to be anything easy to grip hold of. I've knocked Megatron over, look. Maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe something should slide out. Maybe there's a release on here. But, well, maybe it is coming. Oh my God, everything's just so tight. So yeah, sorry, I can't answer that at the moment. Is his faceplate still coming down? Yeah, you haven't put his faceplate back on, Sam.
Oh no.
There. There we go.
Can we zoom in just a bit, or potentially move this just a tiny bit closer?
Yes. What? I don't know actually because of the lead. Hang on.
Maybe move him closer.
Yep, let's move him. Let me just tidy. Get some space. Let me. Foot Max is not going to go back how I wanted him to. Right. There we go. I love the upgrade kits for Fort Max, but they do not stay attached to his feet at all. Right. Okay, let's move Wingblade. She can come back. Right. Move these. Right. Come on, Metro. Right. Oh.
Chunky kid, isn't he?
God, he's a chunky kid. I'm not happy about that faceplate. That is not back on there properly, is it? The head is meant to go down. There we go. That's better. And that's not shouldn't tilt forwards. Yes. I can just let me angle the foot like that, and then I need to push him back. It needs to click back on that ratchet, doesn't it? But
do you need to hold his...
I don't know. He's on one ratchet too far forward, I think. Oh, I can hear it. Want to go. Right. No, that's too far back. Okay, one forward. And I just need to... I'll have to move the leg out and bend. Right. Yeah, I'm trying. Oh my god, it's so
That should be fine.
so tight.
That should. That's relatively straight.
Right, can you see him any better? Or is that worse? Is that any better? Not really, is it?
Lens is a bit fuzzy, but that's just because of
The lights,
bright
isn't it?
LED lights.
Let's tilt you forward. Look. Oh no, back in my prime. I just can't. I've got a we've got this wired up to the live stream, so it's filming through my phone, but the phone needs to be connected via a lead for it to be recognised by the MacBook. Something wrong with the MacBook, I don't know. So we've got the wire is like crazy taut at the moment. I mean, I could probably try and move a little bit closer.
That's not helped.
No, that's not helped at all, has it? No. But
yeah, you just made it worse.
I have. Yeah, I've made it work. I made it. That's these super bright LED lights as well. We had these put in, haven't we? And everything's very kind of glary above, but and the 0.5 fish lens doesn't help probably either, does it? Oh, he's big. He is much bigger than I thought he was going to be. But if I can get him posed up, properly posed up, I really want him kind of kneeling down. I think that'd look absolutely insane.
Do you think the joints will hold up?
I think so. I can't see any reason they wouldn't. I think the joints are probably too strong. I think they've kind of overcompensated to make sure that he holds that pose. I think they've kind of made them too robust. Everything's die cast in the joints. If anything will go, it'll be the plastic around them first. But
I try using some cardboard to block over the light.
Oh yeah, good shout. Yeah, here we go. Look, right.
I'll block over the one at the back and see.
Oh.
That one, and I will quickly put this one over the one at the back. Sorry, don't want to get away the camera. Okay, let's. If that makes it any better.
No, yours are still there.
No, mine's still.
Is that any? There we go. Look.
There we go.
It's not. Now he's just kind of dark, but. Oh yeah, it's definitely that one at the back. I think there's just too much glare up here, isn't there? Sorry, guys.
Very bright lights.
Yeah, I wonder if we can just tilt down slightly. Let's just see if we can just move you down a smidge. It's just that all on top of the lens here, isn't it? So, downside to these roofs are just literally within touching distance. I wonder if we can get him into a decent pose. I wonder if I can try and get him knelt down for the video. Not sure how well that will go, or whether that will fall and crush me.
What do you want to do this time?
I was going to see if I can get him into a kneeling pose.
I think that's an off-camera thing. He is.
It was at this point that Metroplex fell on Ben and killed him.
I would say, from feeling how heavy he is, come up with a solid plan on what you want to do before you try and put him together.
See, you can tell my son's educated, can't you? He's the one coming up.
Or at least have someone with you at all times when you're trying to move it.
But yes, we'll start to wrap up. Are there any other questions before? Obviously, if there is anything else as well you'd like me to include in the video when we do the review, please just let us know. I think I've got it so the comments on here are saved as well. So we should better check through those and see if there's anything else. I'll definitely get the scale for the Rodimus and the Prime, or the Hot Rod and the Prime, so we can see if we can match that up with something else. I'll get all the guns installed. I'll get the magnets and the lights installed. The batteries that you need, they're actually misprinted on the website. You need the CR1220. I think you need something like 4 of those, I think. And you need 12 of those, and I think you then need 4 of the CR2032. What do these have another name as well, I think. Again, I'll put that in the review.
Does it have butterfly joints?
I don't think it does. Not from what I can see, because this section here is where you bolt in. I can't see that would hinge. It has the butterfly on the shoulder, but obviously we don't have one that brings it round to the chest, unfortunately.
I thought that with the size of it, that would just make it a tiny bit too unsturdy in terms of.
Well, bringing the arms round to the front because of how much they weigh. Yeah.
Because a lot of the weight is.
Woo!
A lot of the weight is held towards the top of the arms.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to need to fine tune. They could have done with having an extra notch, I think, on these. I know they've got big, huge chunks on there, but I think if you had like an extra notch, then you could just tilt them slightly further back. I mean, he's not going anywhere. I'm doing that, and it could fall onto the camera and onto everything. But
do you think they will do a dieclone version, and would you buy it?
No, they might do one, but I wouldn't buy it. I would love it, but I have this little island in the middle of my room. That's all the space I have now. I wouldn't have anywhere to put it. But could you imagine them all? Oh, like a Metro Titan as well, like a Nemesis kind of version of this done as well. Oh, that'd be if they could give me a Triptychon, and you had the space, and you had the like something like the Fall of Cybertron. They're now doing like the Fall of Cybertron line in Legends scale. There's a third party doing those, and they're starting off with the Grimlock. If you could imagine kind of a whole load of those, and you've got kind of Metroplex over one side of this massive display, this sort of size, then you've got like a Triptychon on the other side. That'd be absolutely incredible. But no, I'd love a Metro Titan done in this scale. But no, I wouldn't have anywhere to put it at all, or a dieclone one. Again, I wouldn't have anywhere, as much as I would love one. This is it for me now. This is the big purchase.
Maybe if you've got a kid moving out.
Yeah, well, you're not going to move out anytime soon. No. So the youngest is 8. So I've got him for at least another. When can I kick you out? 16? 18. Okay, so I've got him for at least another 10 years. So yeah. Anything else? Any other questions?
Would you buy the Triptychon you've already
said? Yeah. I'm pretending I can read the comments from here. I can't read anything from here.
If you press the center red button, will Metroplex activate and try to murder you?
He is a murder bot. Yes, he is.
Seeking to take your place in the family.
Yeah. He press the button on the back, and he goes and does the dishes, and he loads the washing machine. And,
more than I
do. Yeah. The center button does have a battery in there, and when you do tap the card on there, there's actually almost like the Knight Rider pulse. It will spin around the circle, which I think is actually a really nice touch. But yeah, with the bot this size, could you imagine if we got something like this? We actually got like the fully like robotic RoboSen ones, and actually that would be easier if this thing transformed itself. That would be much easier. Yeah. But in terms of feel and build, there's not as much diecast in the actual build itself, like we got with their Prime. I just think it would cost them too much. But all of the joints, from what I can feel, they appear to be diecast, and the plastic is incredibly robust. There is nothing here that feels soft. Like I said, the softest part of this feels very much comparable to like a Nerf blaster. So again, it's still a solid plastic. It's going to last. It will last. It's just finding a pose that you're comfortable with. Like I said, he looks good at the moment. I would like him to be more dynamic. I will try and get him in a more dynamic pose for the review, because I want to see if he can do it. People are going to be spending a lot of money on this thing. and they need to be able to pose it. I think you can't just have him stood. I've seen a lot of the Chinese reviewers; they've got him kind of just stood like this in the corner, and that doesn't cut it for me. A bot this big with this many joints, built the way it should, built the way it is, and built the way it should be, shouldn't just be in kind of a static robotic pose. It needs to have some kind of dynamic look to him, and I think if we can pull it off, if we can do it in the video, in the review, if we can prove that he can do it, then yeah, if this had come out last year, it would easily be bot of the year. I think people would love it. But God, it is massive, isn't it? It's stupidly big.
This is bigger than your youngest.
It is big. I know Teddy's about an inch taller.
I don't think he is.
Actually, I don't know. Especially if you put because the cannons are like the size of my forearm.
Yeah,
so as well with them on top.
This is going to be very close to the ceiling.
Yeah. Hence, I need to get him in kind of that kneeling pose.
Yeah.
Right. Have we covered everything for everybody?
I believe so. I've got a question.
You've got a question.
If anyone is getting this, and anyone that is in the live stream that has it on order,
yep,
what is your advice to them?
Make sure you've got space. This live stream is actually sponsored by Bombusby because they were able to ship via UPS at the time. They split theirs into like 4. Shozy, who obviously I normally work with, they'll be doing the main review. They do theirs via freight, which, in my opinion, it was actually the better choice because it would take, say, 40 to, I think it's like 40 to 70 days to arrive. But I would see that as kind of just like a pre-order, almost like you order it like we did with like the HasLab stuff. You'd pay in advance and it would come, and nothing would need to have been taken out, and everything would all arrive in one big lot. But yeah, maybe just make sure you have space, make sure you have time. It is very time consuming. Like, it's taken us this whole live to kind of get this thing, and I still haven't put everything on it, haven't done all the batteries. And make sure you have somebody to help. I think as much as I would love to have done this on my own, it is just too big. It is too big. If I'd had the floor space, maybe I could have worked just on the floor, have him laying down, done it like that. But I was a smart ass, and I wanted to put it on the desk. So, but yeah, I think just give yourself time, and we'll see just how long things take when we do the review. I think, but this is awesome. Just like the thrusters, the pistons. It's the attention to detail. Yes, it doesn't look exactly like for the Cybertron Metroplex. It doesn't look exactly like a G1 Metroplex. It's kind of a unique design. It grabbed elements from everything. So really, if you have like the Iron Factory stuff, which has that kind of Cybertronian design to it, I think these especially would look incredibly good with this. But this, to me, is my Fall of Cybertron Metroplex. I know Studio One are doing one, which is going to be the same sort of size as their Unicron. But in terms of size, that's not even going to come up to the knees. So it depends what you want for your collection, I think. If you want a centerpiece, you want a talking point, if you want somebody to come over and you say, "Look at my extra family member," then it's certainly gonna be a conversation starter. That's the set.
3D printed or all injection tooling?
All injection tooling. Nothing's 3D printed. Everything is as it is. Even the face plates, everything, even the guns. It's all mass produced. I see it's mass produced. Nothing's 3D printed anyway. It's all.
We get you to stand next to it. Obviously, there is a bit of camera warp and everything, but just a general size comparison.
I can come over here.
It's like about a foot and a half, maybe.
Possibly. 45. Each one of these 45 centimeters long, 90 centimeters. Sorry, 45 centimeters wide, I think, and then 90 in length, possibly. Yeah, I can't. He's taller than me. Obviously, he's on this, but I don't have a tape measure. I do not have a tape measure. and my son will not be able to get out of the room because I've locked him in. I don't even have a banana for scale either. So I'll tell you what I do have. I have MP44. Most people have some sort of variation of a Masterpiece Prime. So we can put, how much can we see him between
I'd say
on the knee?
that's more visible to the camera.
There we go. That's insane, isn't it?
And don't forget about camera warp. And our camera is pointing down a little bit.
Yeah,
So
that's on 0.5. And when I film the actual review, I'll be filming on a normal camera, so we won't be having any warp. It's just I wanted to get everything in shot for when we filmed this. But yeah, this is I can't stand on here. This will not hold my weight, I don't think. Not and him, but yeah, I like the fact that they've got the rubber on the feet. I kind of like that faux leather. That was actually a nice touch. I didn't initially feel it on there. It was when I started to get resistance moving those feet. So yeah, that's definitely going to help.
is it possible to see how next Hasbro HasLab Unicron?
I don't have the Hasbro HasLab, unfortunately. I think Fort Max was a similar size. I don't know. Is this the? Did they manage to see the Fort Max, or were they?
I have to clean out the whole room to fit the city mode.
Yeah, yeah. I initially thought it was going to be able to sit on here. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be huge. It's gonna. Might have to put these alongside, or maybe I could do a tabletop. I'll put a tabletop on top of these, and then I'll do the city mode on there. I will not be playing him in city mode because I don't have the room. This is like a good sized room, but yeah, I don't have the room for it. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have Unicron. Like I said, I did mention earlier on. Basically, we had him. It took so long for it to arrive. We just passed it straight on, and we sold it once we got it. Uh, I think Fort Max was a similar sort of size to Unicron. I think he was a smidge shorter, and he didn't even come up to like the.
He was just below the end of the ship.
Yeah, just below the end of the shin pate
So
for.
where the red parts are came up just out the top of those.
Yeah, about here, I think. So it is crazy. It is mind blowing. It's about the same. There was a picture of this next to the Like Toys one. Yes, yes, I do. I do have him. I do have him. Let me. Oh, sorry, Galvatron. Right, where should we put him? Should we put him? Put him on the knee? Not enough surface space on his knee for him to stand on, is there? There we go.
He's about yet again.
If we can put,
Yeah, so
comes up below, a little bit below the red, I think. I don't know if you can see that down there. It's very disproportionate, the camera, isn't it? But I can't reach the shoulder. I'll have to hold him. Oh, there's a back plate there. We can stand him on the back plate. No, because Unicron is. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's not going to work. But yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. Unicrons, itty bitty compared to Metro. Oh, I am so old. Right. There. We've got Zarak. Is Black Zarak a similar sort of size to Unicron? I don't know. I think Unicron was the biggest, wasn't it? I think before this thing, Unicron's definitely the biggest official to be released. Yeah, he is. And when those guns come, when they eventually get delivered by UPS, then yeah, they're just going to tower. There's going to be.
Unicron in Planet Basketball.
Oh, he's so good. He really could. Oh, that might make him go, go forwards a little bit because you have to. I don't know if his arms come out far enough. They should, shouldn't they? But then I'd have to transform Unicron. I think I have a basketball. I could probably. I got a basketball. I could probably. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
He's a similar size to a grade 3 or 4 child.
A grade 3 or 4. That's very, very open though, isn't it? It's grade 3 or 4 child.
Average 3 or 4 child.
Yeah, but they're like 6 foot.
Yeah, good point. British. Average British.
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I have very childlike hands, and he has bigger hands than me. Yeah, I do have baby hands. Oh, that's quite unnerving. That yeah. No, there we go.
I wonder if we'll get an oversized knockoff.
Oh, you imagine that? It's made from one of the dodgy knockoff companies, and made of like that shampoo plastic.
Normal.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. That might actually probably would fit.
Black man will work on it like
Yeah.
that. Oh,
I don't know if he'll be able to grip it because he's.
Oh, got big hands, fat fingers.
Oh. Is it? I don't know. Now I'm just having a laugh, am I? Right.
Stand it in your yard next to your Home Depot giant skeleton.
Welcome to Canada. Oh.
And are you happy with your purchase?
Yes, but well, no, because he doesn't hold a lightsaber. I'm disappointed.
And use both hands to hold the saber.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-hand job.
What are the hip and shoulder joints made out of?
They
Both thick plastic. Sure.
Yeah, with the actual joints themselves, die-cast, I believe. There's very, very robust, very solid plastic housing those die-cast joints there, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely die-casting in there.
And for anyone that missed it, everything is bolted in with thick bolts.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, very, very long kind of IKEA style bolts. To be honest, when I was putting them in, I wasn't sure how supportive this section here is going to be. It's a very hard plastic, and there's bolt sections through here, and the arm comes down on top and bolts through, but it doesn't actually attach to this section here. But I've been pulling away at it, moving the arms out, and nothing's shifting at all.
Very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just because it's literally a housed hard section there. I wasn't sure how robust that's going to be, but nothing's pulling away. And obviously, it's designed the way it is, so it can all transform, isn't it? So, but that's going to be a mission. I need to get some instructions. I think I need. There is no instructions. Wonder if, like, I don't know why I didn't get any. Maybe they'll come with the guns. But we kind of muddled our way through, didn't we? Right. I think we should wrap up. I think. Anybody else have any questions? We good?
And don't forget, there's always the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'll try and get the review done tomorrow. I'll take my time, try and get as much in shot as I can. I'll try and get those comparisons done. I'll try and get some combiners in the shots. I say this is definitely, in my opinion, something to go with your Legends figures. It's gonna look super. Or you get like some of those real kind of miniature ones. Some of the ones that come with. I'm trying to think. I think was it Metroplex, the Hasbro one that came with like the real small minis. I think, or even you could use some of like the KFC. If you've got the X-Transbot Perceptor, it came with a load of the micro Autobots that have been shrunk down. Those would look good. They're kind of like Diaclone size, aren't they? Those would look good. Maybe I'll dig those out. This unit is actually just solely to house all of my parts and my instructions, so I could maybe dig those out. Yeah, I think think we've kind of covered an initial look at him. Hopefully it's been informative. Hopefully it's been entertaining enough. But yes, please check out the video tomorrow. I'll try and view it as thoroughly as I can. And there's still a lot of other stuff to review as well. I've got that KFC Ginrai arrived. I still need to review him. Still got my Fans Toys Magnus to review. Still got a few other bits on pre-order as well. Lots of bits coming. But yeah, I think this is going to be the trickiest one to do, I think, just because of its size. I don't think the transformation itself is overly complex from what I've seen from the other videos. But like I said, I would have liked the instruction manual really, but beggars can't be choosers. But right, thank you all very, very much for tuning in. Thank you, Sam, for monitoring the comments and giving me a hand. And yes, feel free to share this. I think the comments will be saved, I believe. But Sam's been taking notes anyway, so we'll see if there's any other requests. We'll go back and check those over. But thank you all very much for taking your time out of your busy day to join us at the Collectibles Household. Thank you. Goodbye.